Granger. Yeah, I found a location with an ultra-high level of activity. Yeah, I think you should come over. Where am I? Oh, hang on a minute, I'll ask. Excuse me? Can anyone tell me the coordinates of this location? Anyone? I need to know the coordinates.
Hello, my dear.
Oh.
I don't know if this might help, but I've got an old ordnance survey map here. You can take your coordinates off that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, hang on a minute. Right. Can you show me where we are?
Oh, yeah, there we are. Look right there. There's the barn, and that there is this field here.
I said hang on. Right. Okay, let's see. It's 466145 east. 152755 north. Yeah. There's a field and a rather large barn. Yep, you can land the other side and walk through. No, don't land this side. There's rather a lot of people about. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you in 2 minutes. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much for your help.
That's a pleasure, my dear. You're not from round here, then?
Sorry? No, I'm not.
Are you looking for something?
Well, yes, in a way.
Oh, well, perhaps I can help you, my dear.
I don't think so, thank you. My colleague will be here soon and, no, wait. Maybe you can. Do you know this area well?
Oh, I should say so. Born and bred in Basingstoke, I was. Born and bred. What I don't know about round here ain't worth knowing.
Really?
Well, test me if you don't believe me.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary, thank you.
No, go on. Anything, absolutely anything.
Anything? Okay, what was the population of Basingstoke in 1951?
Let me see that. There would be 16,978.
My God, you're right.
Told you. Go on, ask me another.
Okay. Who was the mayor of Basingstoke in 1897?
Oh, let me see now. May. John May. Well?
That's incredible.
Spent my whole life watching this town, seeing it go through changes and meeting the people who shaped it.
You could be very useful to us. Like I said, my colleague will be here soon, and I'd like him to meet you.
Oh, right.
That's if you can spare us the time.
Oh, I got plenty of spare time. You know, if spare time were money, I'd be a millionaire. So, what is it that you're doing exactly?
Jack! Ah, here's Granger now. He'll explain.
Can I see the reading?
Oh, right. Oh, dear.
Wow, that's high, all right. Have you found out what's causing it yet?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Nice to see you too.
Sorry? Oh, hi, sorry.
No, not pinned it down yet, but I did find this chap.
Afternoon, sir.
He had an old map which I took the coordinates from. I tested him against the search engine, and he seems to have an incredible background knowledge of the area. Thought he could be useful.
Good work.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lyle Granger.
Oh, Jacko. Well, Jack Chamberlain, actually, but you can call me Jacko.
Oh, hi, Jacko. Jan said you'd be willing to help us.
Oh, yes, I might. If you told me what this is all about.
Jan hasn't filled you in then yet, no? Okay, in a nutshell, we work for an agency that investigates, for want of a better word, paranormal phenomena.
Oh, government agency, is it?
Well, yes, I suppose so, sort of.
What he means is, yes, a government agency, but not an official one.
Oh, and you investigate this paranormal phenomena, you say? What, like that there X-Files?
Well, yes, I suppose so. Only the X-Files is made-up television, you understand, and I'm certainly no Fox Mulder.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah, but Jan here is Gillian Anderson to a T. Huh. No, what I mean is, the reality is rather more mundane. I mean, we just show up, try to identify the source of a disturbance, and write a report.
Oh, So there's a disturbance around here then, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
Well, more of a fluctuation than a disturbance. You've heard of ley lines?
Ley lines? Oh, yes. Discovered by Alfred Watkins in 1921. He came from Andover, you know. Yeah. There are energy lines that connect natural and man-made archaeological sites. Well, there's supposedly some that are run down through here.
There's no supposedly about it. They do. But for some reason, they're fluctuating wildly at the moment, and we've been sent to find out why.
So what causes these disturbances then?
Oh, could be any number of things. Some kind of psychic activity, UFOs, apparitions. Anything that falls under the term paranormal can cause it.
Yeah, quite often the clue is something from a town's history, some character or event from the past, which is why I thought you might be able to help us. You see, people and events can leave a mark on a place, a kind of presence, if you like. Anything spring to mind?
Something strange from Basingstoke's past? Oh dear. Well, where do I begin? There's so many stories.
Well, perhaps you could start by explaining something to me. Basingstoke grew from a very small market town into a large, important new town in just a few years. I mean, nowadays it seems to have a lot going for it, but how can I put this without causing offence? Basingstoke seems to have a bit of a reputation for being boring.
That's right. Boring Stoke, they call it. Of course, over the years, you know, we've been the butt of many a joke. Monty Python, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Well, even Gilbert and Sullivan had a go at us. But the man who really started the whole thing off was a chap by the name of Cosimo de Medici III.
Cosimo de Medici III. Sounds like an Italian country and western singer.
Oh, no, you're right about the Italian part.
Yeah?
No, he's the man to blame for our reputation. Oh, I tell you what, look, if you have a look over this way here, I'll show you what happens.
Yeah, right.
In September 1668, Cosimo de Medici III, son and heir of the Grand Duke of Tuscany, left his native Florence on a grand tour of Europe. With him on this journey of discovery were two companions, there to record his experiences for posterity. The first was Count Lorenzo Magalotti, whose task was to write down the young man's thoughts and observations during the trip. Also accompanying the Count was Cosimo was an artist. We don't know for certain what his name was.
It is Luigi!
However, he was entrusted with making a pictorial record of the places visited by His Highness. On 13th of April 1669, they arrived at the outskirts of a small Hampshire town.
Tell me, Camello, what town do I see yonder? It is a Basingstoke, Your Highness. Ah, Basingstoke, eh? I never heard of it.
I wonder what delights and adventures awaits us here, sire.
Who can say? After the balmy climes of the Iberian Peninsula, England is certainly a cold, wet place. However, it is not without its charms. After all, so far we have sampled the rugged coastline of Devon. Ah, not to mention the grim teas! Then onto the mystical ancient monuments of Wiltshire. Stonehenge, Avebury, Silbury Hill, and of course, the magnificent Cathedral of Salisbury. Ah, the bellissimo Cattedrale de Salisbury. I did draw that. You want to see? Not now, Luigi. Let them buy the book. And so, we arrive now in the county of Southamptonshire, eager to savor the sights, the sounds, and the smells of this town of... Basingstoke, your highness. Basingstoke, yes.
Basingstoke. Even the name conjures up such thoughts in my head. Let's hope the reality lives up to its anticipation.
Indeed. Let us press on, my friends. Oh, senor, could we pause a while at yonder hillock so that I might capture the panorama of the town before we enter? A delightful idea. We will rest a while there to gather our strength and our thoughts for the experience that awaits us in the town.
Meanwhile, news of the approaching dignitary and his entourage had reached the ear of the town's mayor.
Just think of it. The Duke of Tuscany here in Basingstoke. Whoever would have thought it?
And actually, it's the Grand Duke of Tuscany, your worship.
He's not the Grand Duke, it's his son and heir.
Yes, well, nevertheless, whatever his title is, he is a very important person. And our official capacity, we have to ensure that he gets a proper civic welcome. Now then, how long have we got?
5 minutes. He'll be here in the church square in 5 minutes.
5 minutes? But I can't have a civic welcome in 5 minutes? But whatever am I going to do?
Well, perhaps we can get some kind of band together.
A band? Yes, yeah, an excellent idea. Now then. Right. Can anybody play anything? No. Well, that's marvellous. Thank you very much. Well, we've got to do something to make him feel welcome.
I'm learning Italian, Father. Lucky speak for him.
Oh, Mary, my little treasure. That is a brilliant idea. Well done. Eric, you go and help her.
But your worship, I can't speak Italian.
Oh, you don't have to speak it, you fool. All you have to do is to help my little treasure here and her companion to get it ready.
Yes.
Now, go on, off you go.
Come on, Eric, I know what you can do.
Right, now then, what's next?
Where will he stay? There's no decent hotel in the town, is there?
No, that's true enough, there isn't, is there? I know. I'll put him up at my place.
Excuse me, my husband. I'm afraid he can't stay at our place. We're not prepared. We haven't got a guest room. And where would he sleep?
He can sleep in our room.
In our room? And where are we going to sleep?
We'll sleep in Mary's room.
Mary's room? Where's Mary going to
She
sleep?
can sleep in the servants' quarters.
Where's the servants going to sleep?
They can sleep in a dog basket for all I care.
Where's the dog going to sleep?
Oh, the dog can sleep in the yard.
What about the pig?
Oh, what a
Pig
pig!
going to sleep?
The pig can sleep. Ah, yeah, good point. Yes, we've got to separate them, haven't we? I got it. You can kill the pig. We'll have a hog roast in honor of the Duke's visit. Right. Now then, entertainment. Oh, Constable, is there anybody in the stocks today?
No, sir.
Well, go out and find someone immediately.
Yes, sir. Who, sir?
Well, I don't know. You're the constable. What about a drunkard or something?
I think it's too early in the morning for that, sir.
Well, go and try.
But what happens if I can't find one?
Then you'll have to put yourself in the stocks, won't you?
Oh, well, right away then, sir.
Right. Well, I think that's just about all the arrangements made. I must go and get into my regalia.
Having rested for a short while on a hill above the town, Cosimo and his entourage set off for Basingstoke, on foot.
Seem to have lost our way. Camello, ask for directions.
Si, signor.
Ma mi scusi, We're looking for the centre of town.
Well, you found it, my friend. This here be the church square.
But if this is the church square, where is the church?
Why, it's over there.
What? That?
That's right, St. Michael's Church.
Oh. Shall I draw it? No, Luigi, don't bother. Save your ink.
So, this is Basingstoke?
You ain't from round these parts, are you?
No. So, my good woman, what sights are there to see in Basingstoke?
Well, let me see. Oh, today it's market day.
Really? And where can we find this market?
Well, she's over there.
I don't think there's anything worth buying.
Si, senor. Morning, young man.
Buongiorno. Do you have some trinket? Some bauble? A souvenir that my master could buy as a memento of his visit to your town.
I got these cabbages.
Cabbages? Nothing else?
Well, I did have cauliflowers, but there's been a run on them. Very popular among colleagues.
Then I better take a cabbage.
Certainly, sir. An excellent choice. Kindly. Would there be anything else, young man?
Oh, have you got anything else?
Just more cabbages. It's all my colleagues went.
Then no, thank you.
Then I'll bid you good day, young man. Now, call again next week. More cauliflowers in them.
Good morning. Tell me, why are you in these stocks?
Because we can't find any drunkards this early in the morning.
Good Lord, justice is hard around these parts.
As you're here, would you care to throw something at us, sir?
Like what?
Soft, not too sharp. Fruit and veg's very popular.
Signor, I have a cabbage. I can't be bothered. You throw it for me, Camilla. Si, signor.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, what do you think of our town, then?
Words fail me. Your town is, how you say, a sight to make the eyes sore.
You mean a sight for sore eyes?
I know what I mean.
What do you reckon to our church square? I bet there's nothing like this where you come from.
Indeed not. In Florence, we have not to use quite so much wood in our buildings, nor indeed quite so much mud on our streets.
Coming to give you a civic welcome.
Oh, Lord, no. Let us go quickly.
It's too late, they're already here.
Shall I draw them?
Oh yes! We are assembled here today, bringing with us our insignia of magistracy to greet our eminent visitor, Cosimo Demici, from the heir apparent to the Grand Duke of Tuscany, and to offer to him the civic reception in honour of his visit to be held at the Mayor's residence from 3 o'clock this afternoon, and to include a pig roast and all the trimmings.
His Highness is most flattered by your kind offer, but most respectfully.
Yes, but we've already roasted the pig.
Quiet, my dear.
Don't tell me to be quiet.
His Highness is fatigued after his walk around the town and wishes to rest.
That's fine. We have prepared a room for him at my house.
That is very thoughtful of you, but we've arranged a room at the local inn. Thank you.
The local inn? Oh, but your worship, not there, surely.
His Highness has asked me to express his gratitude, but will now be retiring to his room till Wednesday. For London at the first light tomorrow. Gentlemen, my lady.
Foreigners, but no matter.
el vostro soggiorno chi saremo divertente. Vogliate gradire la nostra ospitalità con simbolo di rispetto.
Mary, dear. Mary. I'm afraid they've gone, my dear. I'm so sorry. Well, it seems that our presence is no longer required here.
When Cosimo returned to Florence, he published a book entitled The Travels of Cosimo de' Medici III, Grand Duke of Tuscany, through England during the reign of King Charles II, 1669. In 1821, the book was published in English, and for the first time, the people of Basingstoke were able to read exactly what Cosimo thought of the town. Alongside a picture drawn by his artist, showing the town from nearby hill, the account reads as follows. His Highness, having arrived early at Basingstoke, walked on foot through the town, which is wretched, both in regard to the buildings, the greater part of which are wood, and the complete absence of trade, so the fatigue of raking few footsteps did not compensate. Whilst His Highness was viewing the church, which is a small and very indifferent building, the mayor and the other officers came near insignia of magistracy to wait upon him. But His Highness civilly declined this public demonstration of respect. Early the next day, he left for London.
So, this Cosimo character's travel book is to blame for the town's reputation, is it?
That's right. See, when it was translated into English, the world and his wife learnt what he really thought about Basingstoke. Of course, mind you, he didn't visit us at the best of times. It were only a couple of years since the plague had hit the town. And, of course, we were still recovering from the civil wars.
Well, according to the computer, Cosimo de' Medici had two claims to fame. Firstly, he was the man responsible for covering up all the Renaissance statues and paintings in Tuscany.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was a right old prude when it came to nudity. He ordered that all works of art should have fig leaves or cloves put on them, so no one could see the dangly bits.
Philistine. What's his second claim to fame then?
Well, it says here...
Oh, if I may.
Well, be my guest.
When he became Grand Duke of Tuscany, he visited Siena. And they did. They invented a brand new sweet, and a dessert in his honour. And they called it Zuppa del Duca.
Never heard of it.
Oh, well, it's better known today as tiramisu.
Oh, well, in that case, his influence wasn't all bad then, was it? I mean, he might have ruined a town's reputation forever and just spoiled some priceless art treasures, but at least he's responsible for very nice pudding. You know, if I were in charge of Basingstoke, I think I'd ban tiramisu from every restaurant in the town, just to serve him right for bad-mouthing us.
Anyway, that's the story of how Basingstoke got its reputation. Does that help?
Well, it's a fascinating story, but I'm not sure it's what we're looking for. How about something a little bit more spectral?
Oh, you mean ghosts? Oh, well, there's plenty of ghost stories round here. Oh, my word, yes. You know, Oliver Cromwell is said to haunt these parts. But it was from right here, that his forces attacked Basing House up over yonder there. And there's scarcely a pub in Basingstoke that hasn't got a spectre of some kind or another. There's the Grey Lady down at the Haymarket Theatre. Oh, and Polly Peacham's ghost down over at Hackwood House. But I could go on.
Yeah, but what about something a bit darker? Witches and demons, anything of that kind?
Oh, I don't think we ever had a witch, exactly. Oh, but we did have a witch trial.
Can you tell us more?
Yeah, well, Goody Turner was her name. And in 1657, she was accused by her neighbours of practising witchcraft and put on trial. Did you want me to show you that story then?
Yeah.
Please.
All right. Well, keep looking over there, and you'll see the trial of Goody Turner.
Conducted by law. My brief is this and nothing more. My lords, my name is William Hearn. Our justice should be harsh and stern, for witchcraft is an evil trade, and as good as gold. Sweet Charles' every breath, not deserving of his death. Last night when he was a plane, then he turned our chances way. We were used by such strength that sparked her, he actually fled. But climbing a star close by, we felt a blow upon his fight. Lady claims was caused by she, put a witch's curse on him. My lord, our boy, was in such pain. He did not ever walk again. Each day his pain grew worse and worse because of Goody Turn's curse. He asked to see the witch once more, and Goody turned up at our door. We begged the witch to cure our son, but she said nothing could be done. From that day on, no food he ate, save 3 red cherries from my plate. No sustenance this for a boy, and so he died. Our pride and joy. I'm sorry that you lost your son! Why, when your turn will come? Who's next to speak unto the court? My lord is I. My statement short. It's simply this, that my child too has shown what this witch can do. My lad was sick in agony. His illness had no remedy. We prayed that he might quickly die, but he lived on, we knew not why, until this little eternal maid, a plea to God to give him aid. No sooner had the woman cried, my boy breathed his last and died. I did this thing and I request! This is a gift which I am blessed! Blissful curse, you popped in on, your incantations helped him die, and whether to us for good or ill, you took a person's life at will. If uttering a prayer or two is deemed crime, we're guilty too. Which of us is not enrolled? Some intervention from our Lord. Silence in court! It's time to get our final witness. Bring her near. Mary Adams and pray. Dress the court and have your say. My dog's prone to fits and turns. Her illness causes great concerns. While in this fray she can't be calm without such rules that she be harmed. Yet Goody turn not she alone. Soothes the girl to stop her moans. With just a hug she calms the child and can maintain what once was wild. The devil's work this seems to be some kind of witch's sorcery. Not sorcery, a kind of thing. The girl just wants it comforting. All that I heard confirms my view. I think this judgment's overdue. My friend, will you write evidence before you can prepare defense? Who speaks to Goody Turner? I. My lords, on trial. Take first the case of that poor mite, whose injured thigh lent his flight. What charge is she to answer here? She touched him not, she was but there. The second case for us to try, that tragic child who wished to die. Her only act, simple prayer. What crime has been committed there? As for the girl whose fit she sued, I say again no crime is proved. I wonder how this case was brought before your worships in this court. No evidence have we heard here, just rumours born from hate and fear. It only takes some common sense to see my client's innocence. My lords, I hope that you'll agree, the only victim here is she. Silence in court! My lords, you now have heard each side. It's now your duty to decide. We justices will now withdraw to judge this case as is the law, until our verdict is returned. Let these assizes be adjourned.
You can't leave it there. What happens next?
Well, I'm afraid there's no record of the trial verdict.
No record? I don't believe it. We must be able to find out what happened to Jack.
No, Jacko's right, I'm afraid. The depositions have survived, but not the outcome of the trial. However, by the mid-17th century, the usual punishment for witches was deportation. So, even if she had been found guilty, she would have escaped with her life.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure. Goody Orchard was hanged in Salisbury just a year after for witchcraft, you know.
What? She couldn't have been found guilty. That evidence was ridiculous.
Oh, well, to be condemned on much less, believe me. No, people accused of witchcraft were usually old women, outsiders who were viewed with caution by their community, they were. Now, these trials are usually as much about revenge and persecution and prejudice as they were about justice, my dear.
So no one knows what happened to this Turner woman?
Well, you heard your colleague. There's no record of the trial verdict.
Oh, the poor woman. I'd like to think she survived it all.
Oh, well, you do that, my dear.
Well, without knowing her fate, it's difficult to decide whether she is haunting the town or not. Let's move on.
Okay. What about events on a larger scale? Battles and such like? Well, we know about the siege here at Basingstoke, but were there any others?
Yes. Well, for example, in the year AD 870, King Arthur fought the Vikings not far from here, in the area known today up over there as Lynch Pit. And, of course, we were bombed in the Second World War.
Really? But surely Basingstoke was just a small market town in those days.
Oh, well, that didn't stop them, my friend. Now, I remember it like it was yesterday. People said they were after the railway bridge, but I don't know. 5:30 on a Friday evening it was, and the streets were busy with people going home from work and looking forward to their weekend. 12 bombers in formation flew over the town, coming from the south. I was in Church Square when they started to drop their bombs. 6 people killed there, right in front of me, and several more up in Burgess Road. I knew most of them too, at least by sight. Sad days they were. Sad days. Now that reminds me, talking of Church Square, a strange battle of sorts took place there back in 1881.
It did? What was that?
Oh, right on wire it was. On one side were the Salvation Army. On the other side were the Brewers, who had an hold on the town in those days, and the Salvation Army had just set up a battalion in the town. Oh, I tell you, there were no love lost between those two sides, I can tell you.
I can imagine. The Salvation Army preached against drinking alcohol, didn't they?
That's right. And the Brewers did not like that one little bit. Oh, no. But in the end, it weren't just the Sally Army and the Brewers. It were the police, the army, or even the mayor got caught up in it. Oh, it were a right old mess.
This sounds interesting. Can you show us more?
Oh, yeah, well, of course I can.
So, where do we have to go?
Well, you know what they say? If you want to follow the Sally Army, find where the Salvation Army is, follow the man.
What's all this bit? We're holding a Salvation Army rally in Church Square, followed by a meeting this afternoon. Would you like to come along? Why do we want to come along? Our dad's a brewer and you lot are going to drink. Yeah, go on, clear off. We don't want you lot around here. Listen, we're not looking for any trouble today. No, stop, come on. The captain said we should just walk away from troublemakers. Yeah, listen to little trouble. Walk away. Just keep walking right out of town. Yeah! No one, you ready? Hey, Dad, look at this. We just caught that Salvation Army lot in our town again.
So they still persisting on their meetings, do they? Try and stop people from drinking here in Basingstoke. Town with 3 breweries, 1 and 50 pubs.
That's just asking for trouble, that is.
Their meetings say simply why drink is evil.
Well, your beer is evil.
Hey, this is no laughing matter. We don't stop them. They're putting us brewers out of business.
If they want trouble, they're going to get it. They reckon they're known. Let's give them a war! Yeah! Come on then, let's go to the rally ourselves. my job because I was always getting drunk. And I promised my wife I'll give up my drinking and I'll get another job tomorrow. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Congratulations, my friend. Anyone else?
Half my wages goes on drink, and because of it my children go hungry. And will you give it up? I can't make my promises, but I'll try with all my might. I will help you. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
That's one of my best customers they've just taken away. Costing us a fortune.
We've got to make a nice bob round here anymore. It's all up work if this carries on.
Right, lads, let's make our plan.
Right then, let's prepare to march to the meeting hall.
Captain, there's a mob gathering up on the far side of the square. I think they're from one of the breweries. Could be more trouble.
Don't worry, I've seen them. Listen, my friend, there are some here today who'd like to cause us trouble. Keep close together and look out for each other, but don't retaliate and attack.
Look, these have come to protect us. Stand still. Now listen to me, Mr. Adams. We don't want to see no trouble around here today. No trouble. No trouble. No trouble.
Shh! Then you better close your eyes. They can march through this town, and so can we.
As long as that's all you do, all you do, all you do, all you do.
Shh!
We're watching you, watching you, watching you, watching you. That's enough.
Right, lads, you all know what to do. There's a big pile of beer over there for you all afterwards.
And I've got 20 quid for whoever takes their flag.
Yeah! Onward and which means you can arrest anyone that doesn't disperse. Come on, we must act quickly.
Do that to us. You're a brewer too.
Yeah, that's right. You're one of us.
Move them back, Sergeant. Our sovereign lady, Queen Victoria, charges and commands all persons assembled here to disperse themselves immediately and peacefully to their homes or to their place of work, upon the pens contained in the act made in the first year of King George I, for preventing disorderly and righteous assemblies. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen! Let them out!
Go home, Rob, you're arrested too! How can you do this to us? You're a bird too!
Go home! Go home! Go home!
Thank you, my friend. I know that can't have been easy for you.
I'm not your friend, I'm just behind the law.
Salvation Army are here to stay, you know. We'll still be here when the last brewery closes.
We're free! Yay! The year is 1950. The last of Basingstoke's 3 breweries are closed down. The Salvation Army is still in the town.
What a bizarre confrontation. So did the troubles die down after that?
Well, eventually. 10 of the rioters were sent to prison for a month and things calmed down a bit. Mind you, when they came out, they were given an hero's welcome and a special dinner was held in their honour. And one of the brewers even gave them a silver watch each. But the brewers knew in their hearts that the Sally Army was here to stay.
So the Salvation Army won then?
Well, I suppose you could look at it like that. It was over 50 years ago that the last of those breweries was shut down, and the Salvation Army is still going strong in the town. Because mind you, there are still plenty of pubs in Basingstoke too. I should know. I've been thrown out of most of them during my time. Yeah.
I bet you have, you old rogue. So, what do you think, Granger? Could the riots be what we're looking for?
I don't think so, no. No, my hunch is that the building of the new town's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been quite an upheaval.
I should say so. And they seem to go out of their way to obliterate all signs of the old Basingstoke. Can hardly tell what the old streets and buildings were anymore.
Here, did Jan say you've got an old map of the town?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, spent hours looking at this map. It's an old ordnance survey map, you know. I tried to remember the town, what it was like in the old days, you know. Oh, did you want to see it?
Yes, please.
Oh, right, there you are.
Ah, I see where you're going with this. Overlay Jacko's map on a modern one and see what the changes have done to the town.
Well, it'd be an interesting exercise, if nothing else.
Yeah, well look, I've got an up-to-date map in the car. We won't be long, Jacko.
Yeah, all right.
Will you be here when we get back?
Yeah, I'll be around. I'm always around. Oh, tell you what, I'll see you in the barn there in about a quarter of an hour.
Okay, see you there then.
All right then. Yeah. Well, I dare say you lot like to hear a little more about the old town, wouldn't you? Meet me in the barn, in there, in about a quarter of an hour. There's plenty of room in there for you all, and I've still got lots more stories to tell you. So I'll see you there, in the barn, in about 15 minutes. Bye for now. Bye for now. Thank you.
It's all
the boys.
Right then, well then, I'm very glad to see you all back here again. I trust that means you want to hear more of my stories? Yeah! Jolly good. Right, well then, let's get on with it. But first of all, where are those two with my map? They walked off with it. Anybody seen those two with my map? Oh, there they are. Oh, I'm pleased to see you back.
Thought we'd run off with your map,
Well, I
did
hope
you?
not. Very precious.
Don't worry, it's safe.
Oh, jolly good. Well, did you find anything paranormal on it?
Paranormal?
Yeah.
Not very likely. You see, paranormal means something that can't be explained scientifically.
Well, some of the things they've done to Basingstoke over the past 40 years, if I all experience, yes, and scientific explanation or otherwise. I mean, look at your map here there, look. I mean, all these estates and factories and ring roads here, look. I knew all that when they were all fields, yeah. I mean, there was the sheep wash, there was the old mill, that was the canal, and over here was my old school. All gone now, buried under roundabouts, tower blocks, and landscaping.
Basingstoke. Where in heaven's name is Basingstoke? Down south, mate, south. Roundabouts, loads of roundabouts. Concrete and steel.
Basingstoke. I remember Basingstoke. A small market town in a green river valley. A farming community where everybody knew everybody else and their business.
Basingstoke. It's a boom town. It's a thriving town. Jobs, opportunities. It's the town for me.
Basingstoke. The town they knocked about. A lot. Concrete and steel, tarmac and stone, all make this heaven the place we call home. Don't look away, they'll pull something down, while traffic keeps going around and around. Come to
night we'd walk by Holy Ghost ruins, gazing across to fields of blown hay. Dark streets and markets are bustling, all that I cherished bulldozed away.
keeps going around and around, around and around. Down in Basingstoke, it's you all the sound. It's right to make it right. I know it isn't perfect, but you're the shining bright. The good life carries on. It's our town, growing and achieving. It's our town, something to believe in. It's our town, growing and achieving. It's our town, something to believe in. It's our town.
You've got to admit, though, all in all, the changes are for the better. It's a thriving town now. Low unemployment, loads of facilities.
Yeah, but did they have to rip the heart out of it to do it? I mean, people like Jacko, people who have lived here for years before all the changes, well, they must feel really lost. Not only is their town almost unrecognisable from the place they grew up in, but, well, they were overwhelmed, invaded, if you like, by a mass influx of people. What do you say, Jacko?
Well, I miss the river.
River?
Is that the one that you're singing about?
That's right, yeah.
I don't see a river.
No, well, it's very easy to miss, you know. You know, I bet 90% of the people living here today don't even know they ever had a river. If you go down to Glebe Gardens or East Rock Park, or that roundabout down by Safeways, you can catch a glimpse of it. Though it's barely more than a ditch. You know, once that river inspired poetry.
Poetry?
Yeah. Thomas Wharton, poet laureate he was, son of the then vicar of St Michael's. And he wrote a sonnet to the River Loddon. A beautiful sonnet it was too. Sweet native stream, he called our little river. Yeah. But look at it now. A dumping ground for supermarket trolleys and bald tyres, buried under the town centre like it's an embarrassment. Oh, don't you get me started on the Loddon.
So, where do we go from here? I still don't think we found the source of the disturbance.
No, neither do I. But I've been doing a bit more research on the computer. Found something promising.
What's that?
Well, in 1675, the whole town of Basingstoke was taken to court.
The whole town?
Yeah.
That's got to be worth looking into.
Jacko, what can you tell us about Mrs. Blunden?
Ah, I wondered when you'd get round to that. A shameful episode in Basingstoke's history, that. You know, it's often said that a person will be late for his own funeral. Well, it's not often that a person's funeral is too early.
You've lost me, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, we'll have to go outside for this one. Come on, you know the routine.
This is very, very important. I'm already late for a dinner party.
Oh, it's the mistress, sir. I can't seem to wake her at all.
Been drinking again, has she?
Well, you know how she is when Mr. Blunden is away. She's been on the brandy all afternoon.
I see, so you better tell me what's been happening.
Well, she called me in complaining of feeling queasy and sent me to the apothecary for some poppy water.
Poppy water?
Yes, sir, to settle her stomach.
Well, it's done more than settle her stomach. Is this the bottle?
Yes, sir.
But it's empty.
Oh, no. It can't be. Oh, she can't have drunk it all, surely.
It would seem so.
But I just left it here for her. She must have drunk it all by herself, sir.
Well, I'm sorry, my dear, but Mrs. Blunden is dead.
Dead? Oh, my lord. Are you sure?
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
But you hardly looked at her, sir. And when I poked her cheek just now, the colour seemed to return to it. Look!
Don't poke her, woman!
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. But I'm afraid Mrs. Blunden drank enough poppy water to kill a horse. And I can assure you she's as dead as can be. You boy.
Sir?
Where is Mr. Blunden?
On his way to London, sir. He's business there.
Do you know which inn he'll be stopping at overnight?
Oh, yes, sir. He always stays at the same one.
Good. Then hurry to him, give him the sad news, and bring him home again.
Go me, sir. But he'll murder me, sir.
Perhaps you'd rather I sent the maid and left you here to prepare Mrs. Blunden.
Oh, no, sir. I'll go away.
Right. Now, my dear, Mrs. Blunden will need washing and laying out. Your master's bee infection will return by morning. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, there's not much I can do here now, so I'll be off. If I hurry, I still might make the main course.
Dead, you say?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
And through drinking poppy water?
Yes, sir. A whole bottle, sir. Sorry, sir. What my fault, sir. What Mary fetched it for her?
Yes. But are you absolutely sure she's dead?
Oh, yes, sir. The doctor said she drank enough to kill a horse, sir. Talking of horses, sir, I've got 2 fresh ones to bring us home.
No, I can't go home. I have urgent business in London, which I cannot neglect.
But, sir, the mistress, sir.
Yes? She's dead. Would my return tonight bring her back to life?
I wouldn't have thought so, sir.
Exactly. I'll continue to London and complete my business. It's what you would have wanted.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. But what shall I tell them about home, sir?
Tell them to prepare her for interment, but to delay the burial until I return on Saturday next. You understand, boy?
Yes, sir. Not to bury her until you get back Saturday next.
Good. Now, off you go.
Right.
Well. I always knew her drinking would kill her eventually. But I never thought it would be poppy water. Landlord, another ale, here.
Well, she's certainly a big un. Right, all things considered, miss, I think we better get her in the ground without delay.
Oh, no, Mr. Carter, sir. The master said she was not to be moved until his return on Saturday.
Oh, she won't keep till then. The weather's hot and she's already on the turn.
I could like some incense in the room.
Oh, it'll keep more than incense to keep her. Look, the flies are already gathering. No, we'll bury her immediately.
But...
Look, there's no time to make a coffin. I sent my young apprentice to fetch one. He should be here any minute. There you are, Jeffers. Just come along there, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. This is the biggest coffin we had. You said she was about 5 foot.
Yes, but I meant that away. Oh, just put it down there, lad. Just put it down. Just help me get her in the coffin. 1, 2, 3, lift!
Mr. Carter! I don't think she's gonna...
Oh, I never had one that didn't yet. She just needs a bit of persuading.
Can't you find a bigger coffin for her instead?
Oh, no time, miss. It's not as if she could feel anything. Right, now, you go get the lid, and let's get this job finished.
Oh, no, sir. I can't sit on my mistress.
Oh, it's not as if she'll bite you. Oh, come round here and sit down. You sit there until all the nails are in the coffin.
Mr. Carter?
We'll see, shall we, lad? Right, when I say go, we all get off at once. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, success! That's a fine nailing job, that is.
Oh, my lord! I just saw the coffin move!
Oh, don't concern yourself about that. Just the flesh settling in. Happens all the time. Right now, come on, let's get this job finished. Let's lift her up. Let's hurry up, lads. Onto your shoulders now.
He told them to wait for his return, but that's not the half of it. I understand the maid doesn't think Mrs. Blunden's dead at all.
No!
Yes! Said she still had colour in her cheeks. And swears blind she saw the coffin move before they took her out.
Well, I never!
And someone in the church said they saw the coffin move, but they put it down to jostlers or some such.
Well, that's awful! But surely they wouldn't be stupid enough to bury someone that was still alive, would they?
No. Because if somebody was still alive, surely someone would say something and put a stop to it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just too awful to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gotcha! Oh! Isla, let's go have a seat. All right then, I'll
head first. Go quickly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Coming!
There's somebody in the grave.
There's somebody in every grave, idiot. That's what they're for.
No, I mean someone alive, calling out.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, come for yourself if you don't believe me. Now, you put your ears to the ground and, can you hear anything?
You're right, it's a woman's voice.
What's she saying?
Take me out of my grave.
See, I told you so. What are we going to do? Dig her up?
No! I'm an adult. Look, there's Miss Crawford. Let's tell her. She'll know what to do.
No, we can't tell Miss Crawford. We're not supposed to be playing here, remember?
Well, we can't worry about that now. There's a life at stake.
Calm down, you two. This is a graveyard, you remember. Your shouting would waken the dead.
We may have already done that, though, miss.
What are you talking about, boy?
We think there's someone alive in one of the graves, miss.
Nonsense! Anyway, what are you two doing in this graveyard? You know it's out of bounds.
We needed somewhere quiet to practice our Latin, miss.
A likely story.
But really, miss, there is someone alive in one of the graves.
You have to believe us, miss.
Give me one good reason why I should.
She's calling out.
Calling out?
Yes, miss. Take me out of my grave.
Oh, this sounds like a practical joke to me. This really does.
Oh, please, miss, please. Come and help yourself. You can punish us both if we're wrong.
Oh, don't you worry. I shall. Very well, you can show me where it is. But woe betide the pair of you if you're lying to me.
Thanks, miss.
It's over here, miss.
Over here.
This one. You have to put your ear to the ground to hear it, miss.
Very well. Stand well back over there, the pair of you. I want you where I can keep an eye on you.
Well, miss?
My lord, you're right. How awful. What should we do?
Dig her up.
No. 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 We must tell the authorities. Oh, poor woman, how awful. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to get help. Come on, you two. We'd better go to the town hall immediately. Come on, be quick.
Criminal. Absolutely criminal.
I said all along she was still alive. Someone should have stopped them from burying her.
Criminal. Absolutely criminal. Anyway, what's going on now? They dug her up yet?
No. Apparently, it's against the law just digging someone up. You've got to go through the proper channels.
What? Even if they're still alive? Scandal.
That's what I said. Anyway, the teacher, she went to the town clerk who sent her to see the mayor to get and sent them to the coroner to get permission to exhume the body. And then they had to round up the undertaker and the doctor before they could dig her up, poor soul. Look, here they come now. I blame the maid myself. She said all along that Mrs. Blunden was still alive and she did nothing about it.
What? Just like us?
What?
Well, we had our suspicions, but we didn't say anything, did we?
No, and we'll keep it that way if we know what's good for us. There's going to be a lot of people in this town getting into an awful lot of trouble. You mark my words.
Right, Jeffers, lift off the lid, lad.
Oh! Oh, my poor mistress!
Oh! It's obvious that this poor woman was still alive when she was put into her grave. Her injuries are from her vain attempts to escape. How can you possibly bury someone without checking for signs of life?
Me? It were you what pronounced her dead.
I told you both she was alive.
Then why don't you do something about
Silence in court. One can only guess the fear and terror Mrs. Blunden must have felt when she woke up and found herself to be entombed. The torn and bloodied shroud, a battered face, the wood splinters under her fingernails, not to mention her dreadful cries for help, all bear witness to her unimaginable suffering. Let us at least be thankful that she does at last now rest in peace. You could all have done more, and so you are all in some way responsible for her miserable fate. I therefore find the whole town of Basingstoke, both individually and collectively, to be grossly negligent in this case, and I fine the town of Basingstoke the sum of £100. The people of Basingstoke should forever hang their heads in shame at the mention of this tragic case. Court dismissed.
Wow! You mean to say the whole town was found guilty?
Yes. Fined £100 for negligence. And that was a great deal of money in those days. But it wasn't only the money, it was the shame. It became a notorious case, known about the length and breadth of the country.
Yeah, as far as I can ascertain, it's still a unique verdict. The only time a whole town has ever been found collectively guilty by a court. So, what do you think, Granger? Could this be the one?
I'm not sure. A whole town suffering collective shame. I mean, look at them. Do they look ashamed?
No, not really. Except for Jacko, it seems.
Well, it was awful. It should never have happened.
Oh, come on, don't take it so personally. You can't blame yourself for something that happened here more than 300 years ago.
Well, you heard the verdict. The whole town was guilty.
Ah, hear that? You've all got a criminal record. Shame on you all.
Now, stop it. Come on, let's get on. If it's not Mrs. Blunden that's causing these disturbances, we've still got to find out what is.
Okay, so ask the expert.
A good idea.
Jacko, if you could pick one person from Basingstoke's past, or one mystery that's never been resolved, what or who would it be?
Well, I don't know. I think it would have to be Charles Paulet.
Charles Paulet? Never heard of him.
No, neither have I. And there's not much here about him either.
Well, you know that place they've been excavating? The Grange, just over there, the other side of that wall there? Well, he built that, amongst many other places. He were a strange man, he were, you know. Some said he was a lunatic. Others called him a genius. The jury's still out. I don't suppose we shall ever know for certain.
Okay, so Charles Paulet it is. So, where do we have to go to find out more? Oh, no, let me guess. Back in the barn again.
You read my mind. There we are. You like to make your way into the barn there?
hearing more from you later. So, Charles Paulette, madman or mastermind? To help us decide, let's bring on two people who knew him better than most. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on Charles's favourite servant, Molly, and his best friend, Gilbert Burnett, Bishop of Salisbury. Thank you both for coming on our show today. First to you, Molly. You were his servant for 20 years. What's your opinion of him?
Well, I hate to say it of him, because he was always very kind to me, but the man was a raving lunatic.
Well, you don't beat around the bush. And Bishop Burnett, was your friend farthing short of a shilling?
No. On the contrary, the man was an absolute genius. This supposed acts of lunacy were just that. All an act, part of a cunning plan to keep him and his family safe in dangerous times.
I see. So, it would seem opinion is divided. Well, let's examine some of his strange behaviour a little more closely. Tell us, Molly, what's happening over here?
This is one of the master's banquets. He took the travelling around England, accompanied by 4 carriages, about 100 horsemen, and Lord knows what else. Then it stopped in different places in the woods with a vast feast. Gone all night. Now you can't tell me if that's normal.
Well, it certainly seems strange on the face of it. Let's see if we can find out more. Excuse me. You enjoying yourself at the banquet?
Well, I was, but it's been going on for more than 13 hours now.
13 hours? Why don't you leave?
You're not allowed to. From the royalty, no one's allowed to leave before a host himself. It's all right for him, he just stuffs his face and drinks himself into a stupor. Leaving us poor wretches to stuck here till he wakes up. Can't even eat it. You know what? I used the character.
But give the man his drink. He knows how to throw a great party. I mean, there's all the food and drink imaginable. And there's great entertainment.
But 13 hours, the man's quite bad.
Oh no, a little eccentric, I grant you. But I have it on good authority that it's all an act anyway. The bank will be finishing soon, and we can all go home. Sorry? How did you do that?
The sun's coming out. It's dawn. It's right with us, and it's by dawn. Morning, everyone. Morning. It's a lovely sunrise. Time for bed, thanks.
What's going on now?
Just none of the master's quacks. Going to bed when the sun came up. Lived as like backwards, you see. Stayed up all night and slept during the day.
Up all night and sleeping all day. Unless you're a shift worker. Not the actions of the same man. Surely, Bishop?
It's still part of the same plan. Don't you see?
Nobody does.
Well, the man that you see, the more harmless he appeared to be, so the authorities were more likely to leave him alone. And of course, if someone did chance to knock at his door and demanded to see him, the maid could tell them quite truthfully their master was sound asleep in bed and couldn't be disturbed.
That's true enough. It's happened more than once.
And if someone happened to catch him up and about, he could play his trump card.
What was his trump card?
Not speaking, he'd go for weeks on end sometimes, without uttering a single word.
It weren't easy in the house when the master weren't speaking. Just look at this.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir? So it's not talking today then? No. Oh, no, not again.
Is it book or a play, sir? How many syllables has it got?
No. And why is it today? It's because the devil might come to serve them out. No. Ah, yeah, sorry about that. I had
sure, so he wouldn't have to answer any difficult questions if the authorities ever called him.
You keep mentioning this. Sally, why might Charles Paulus have been worried about the authorities?
Well, Jane, he had sided with a group called the Whigs, who were against Charles II's brother James succeeding him as king. So in 1685, Charles and his allies, including the bishop here, were in a very difficult position. It was suggested that these acts of lunacy were an act so he could escape prosecution. In 1689, when William of Orange came to throne, Charles seems to have made a miraculous recovery, and later that year became the very first Duke of Bolton. Thank you. I'll accept this great honour and will uphold all my duties and responsibilities while I remain in this office.
Well, that throws an entirely different light on matters. Speaking of which, what's going on over here, Molly?
Yet another of his man says he's going hunting in the middle of the night using lanterns quickly to light the way.
I really can't make my mind up. I think it's about time we heard from the man himself. Excuse me, my lord. May I have a word, please?
Would you of course, my dear?
Why are you hunting using lanterns?
Because it's pitch black out there. In the middle of the night, don't you know? So there's a blessed thing about these lanterns.
No. What I mean is, why are you hunting at night?
Because I'm asleep during the day. I want everybody to know that. And sometimes I think I'm the only sensible person on earth. And also, people forget the fox is a nocturnal animal, and it's bad enough by hands. Running it down and shredding its pieces. Waking up in its slumber to do so would be too cruel. There he goes, my lord. Well done, Rogers. Sorry, my dear. Must be off.
You can't tell me. These are thoughts and actions of a sane man. He's clearly taken me from senses altogether.
I thought he was the cleverest knave in Christendom, with his manners the perfect outline.
Well, that's for the audience to decide. Well, audience, you've seen the evidence, you've heard what those who knew him best think, and from the man himself. Now it's time for your verdict. Charles Paulette, madman or mastermind? So all of those who agree with me that Charles Paulette is completely off his head. He was a total madman. Raise your hand now. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Yeah. Madman.
And all those who agree with me that he feigned his manners to protect himself and his family. Come on, raise your hands now!
Well, there we have it. It's official. Charles Paulette was a mastermind! Let's bring on our contestant to receive his award. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Paulette! Well, Charles, you see what today's award is thing. Would you like to comment on it?
I can't. I'm not talking today. Bye!
Thank you for watching and good night.
Ranger, did I see you voting for him being a madman?
Of course, the guy was obviously a fruitcake.
Oh, come on. Any fool could see that that was just a cunning ploy.
Yeah, okay, we'll just agree to disagree on this one, shall we?
Okay, but I think there's one thing that we can agree on. Charles Paulette isn't the likely cause of these psychic disturbances. At best, he was an eccentric.
Or an A1 weirdo.
Yeah, or an A1 weirdo. But if every loopy lordship caused disturbances like these, then we spend all our days hanging around the House of Lords. What's up?
Where's Jacko?
Oh, I don't know. He was over there a couple of minutes ago. He can't have gone far. Look, there's Where's his bag?
Yeah, it's more than his bag. And then look at this, it's all his clothes as well. So, unless he's gone on a streak, he's disappeared.
So has the psychic disturbance. Look, the reading's back to normal.
You don't think
that he...
Oh, look in the bag.
Oh no, we can't.
I can.
This is bizarre. Could it really be that the answer was under our noses the whole time?
I don't believe it.
What?
This is one of those watches presented to those jailed rioters after the temperance riots.
Now, don't go jumping to conclusions. That watch doesn't prove anything. He could have acquired it in a number of ways.
It's engraved.
Oh.
Presented on the 21st of September, 1881 to Jack Chamberlain. That would make him, what? At least 140 years old.
That's nothing. I've just run his name through the search engine. Jack Chamberlain was the name of one of the mayor's officials who greeted Cosimo de' Medici. It was also the name of Goody Turner's defence counsel, Mrs. Blunden's servant boy, Charles Paulet's footman. The list is endless.
That's enough proof for me. Incredible. 12 years I've been in this job. You'd think I'd be able to recognise them by now.
Hi. Yeah. Just calling in to let you know we've concluded the Basingstoke assignment. All wrapped up. We're bringing in the evidence right now. Another assignment? Where? Okay, hang on. Granger, we've got another assignment to go to.
What is it?
A possessed gerbil in Hartley-Wimpey.
You've got to be joking. A gerbil? I don't do animals.
You do now. Yeah, we're on our way. Come on, bring the stuff.
Oh, the jam. A gerbil? Well, I was going to have a look around Basing House while I was here.
Well, it's the same for me. I was going to go shopping in Festival Place.